Time for your ABC 36 Storm Team forecast.
Clouds and showers here in central and eastern Kentucky on this Wednesday. That is going to be a prelude of things to come. For the remainder of the week, we'll see more of those lingering, primarily southern and eastern Kentucky, with that frontal boundary stalled out over the area. On Thursday, the big focus, Helene's remnants bringing tropical rains and some wind with it as we end the week, and then an upper level low off to our southwest, which is actually going to help to steer the remnants of Helene into our area. That's going to be spinning overhead, so additional showers for the upcoming weekend. Viper radar showing some rain just to the east of Lexington. We had a good bit across southern southeast Kentucky earlier, but running through Montgomery County, Mount Sterling, down to Camargo, Jeffersonville, and running up into parts Fleming County, also parts of Nicholas County as well. That solid shield giving way a bit, so we'll see some breaks, but the area that continues to get overrun with wave after wave of moderate to heavy rain, that's far eastern Tennessee, parts of western North Carolina, where they've got a number of flash flood warnings there, and this isn't even the main moisture that will impact that area with Helene as we end the week. Speaking of Mount Sterling, you see a lot of wet weather there. Steady rain in front of the Montgomery County Courthouse at 72. Temperatures across southeastern Kentucky a little cooler in the 60s with rain earlier elsewhere into the low 70s, and those dew points up a bit with all the moisture around. So what's happening is the front stalled out. Moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, bumping into that front, and the same areas, those areas that will see a lot of rain potentially from Helene's remnants, already seeing a good bit. That's why we've got some flooding concerns there. As we go through the evening hours, again, spotty shower here or there, that's possible overnight. We'll start things out in the low 60s, and then a similar scenario tomorrow. Afternoon highs generally low and mid 70s. And as far as our rain chances, you see things really bumped up on Friday, all due to Helene moving to the north. Latest advisory as of 5 p.m., 85-mile-per-hour maximum sustained wind, so a Category 1 hurricane, and it is definitely expected to strengthen as there is a lot of warm ocean water, wide open road as it moves straight to the north now. And the forward speed is picking up, and that's kind of unusual, and that's going to come into play not only for the rainfall with the remnants, but more so the wind and the amount of wind impact that this system will have inland across the southeastern U.S. and even as far north as the Ohio Valley. Not great news for the Big Bend area of Florida, now expected to be a Category 4 at landfall late tomorrow. This area could see a 15 to 20-foot storm surge. So folks in that area implored by the Weather Service office locally to evacuate right along the coast, because that's a catastrophic event, that is. And the Hurricane Center still has it as a tropical storm Friday afternoon, as far north as literally the Kentucky-Tennessee border. And that's where, again, this wind comes into play. Generally, when these make landfall, they're moving fairly slow, so the wind energy has time to spin down. So by the time it gets well inland, wind's not a problem, it's just the rain. Not the case this particular go-around, because it's going to be moving so fast to the north that we're still looking at some winds 40, 45, potentially gusts even 50 miles per hour, primarily Friday morning, before we do begin to see it weaken out a bit. Just to give you an example, anything in orange, those are tropical storm warnings as far north as western North Carolina, much of Georgia, hurricane warnings as far north as central Georgia. Macon, they're south of Atlanta in that, so that kind of shows you what the wind energy is going to be doing with this system. Now remember, these winds are not going to be off the charts, nothing that we haven't seen before as far as some of these wind events over the last couple of years. It's more to bring to your attention that it's going to be awfully breezy to windy, in addition to the heavier rain we're going to see on Friday morning. So just keep that in mind. The commute ought to be a mess, unfortunately. Then the remnant low gets absorbed by the upper level system, and then it just kind of meanders through the Ohio Valley and keeps the showers around for the weekend. Quick look at the rainfall potential, a good solid 2 to 4. You see the issues down here, 8+ into East Tennessee and western North Carolina. That really could cause some problems, but to our benefit, may finally knock that drought we've been dealing with in the last couple of months down. Scattered showers primarily south and east tonight. A few scattered showers tomorrow. Clouds hang, 73. It's really tomorrow night and into Friday. Winds pick up, rain picks up as well. Hopefully later Friday we do begin to wind down the heavier rain, and then just scattered showers for the most part over the weekend into early next week. A front finally sweeps that upper low out of here as we welcome October early next week, and we'll cool down a bit behind it with afternoon highs next Wednesday in the low 70s.